Hey, friends, thanks for joining. Let's begin standing. So stand up with your feet any comfortable width and just begin to make big backward circles with both arms. Make big backward circles with both arms. And at this point, just keep breathing freely through your nose. Make sure you're relaxing your jaw. Create a little circulation up in the shoulder area, in the shoulder joints. All right. Make big forward circles. All right, now go backwards again, but alternate sides like you're doing the backstroke. So make a big backward circle with one arm, and then the other arm, just like you're doing the backstroke. Okay, good. Now make some hip circles. Go both directions, of course. Okay, now make circles with your hands so you mobilize your wrists. The backs of your hands are together. Give a little pressure. And then reverse it. Go the other direction. And now shake your hands out. Imagine your hands are wet and you're trying to shake the water off. Now continue with that shaking, but add a little bouncing as well. Okay, good. Bring your feet together and make circles with your knees now. Both directions. Okay, and then finally draw a circle with your chin. So bring your chin down, move your chin toward one shoulder, lift your chin up, chin to the other shoulder, and down again. And go the other direction. All right, great. Let's do a little standing meditation. So have your feet about shoulder width, feet relatively wide, about shoulder width, or if you're standing this way on a yoga mat, probably about the width of your yoga mat. Bring your palms together, but then turn your hands as if you're shaking your own hand. Now bend your knees a little bit. Bend your knees, and then release your tailbone toward the floor. Like there's that string tied to your tailbone with a 1 pound weight on the end of it. Just gently tractioning it down so you feel your lower back relax. All right. You can have your eyes open or closed here. And then begin to focus a little bit more on your breathing. So let's begin now with Ujjayi Pranayama by lightly engaging your throat like you're narrowing a valve, which will help you to lengthen the breath. Every time you exhale, engage your lower abdomen, lift your pelvic floor. Every time you inhale, expand your rib cage, including the back of your rib cage. Maybe 5 seconds on the way in, 5 seconds on the way out, or something like that. Breathing through your nose, but hearing the breath now move in and out of your throat like it's your mantra. Just a few more breaths here. All right, keep breathing this way, but turn your hands so you come into Anjali Mudra. Exhale all the breath out here. The next time you inhale, bring your arms out like a T so you feel your chest and ribcage expanding. Stand up really tall now and lift your chin slightly so you extend your spine. And now as you exhale, slowly bring your palms together again. Bend your knees, lower your chin, slightly flexing your spine. Now this inhale, press your palms up toward the ceiling, look up and stand really tall. A little extension in your spine. As you exhale, press your palms toward the floor, look down, bend your knees, a little flexion in your spine. And then finally, sweep your arms up, stand tall. Exhale back to the starting position. And we'll begin that sequence again. Inhale, arms out like a T, stand tall. Exhale, slowly bring your palms together, bend your knees. Inhale, press your palms to the ceiling, look up, stand tall. Exhale, press your palms toward the floor, look down, bend your knees. Inhale, sweep your arms up, stand tall. And exhale back to that starting position. I'll talk you through the sequence one more time. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, press your palms up. Exhale, press your palms down. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And exhale back to the starting position. Okay, let's go through that sequence a couple more times on your own at your own pace. Use the movements of your body to help stretch the breath. All right, great. Next, we'll go right into the Tai Chi warrior. So, assuming you're standing at the front of your mat, step your left foot back and turn your left toes out. Bend your left knee so you take almost all of your weight on this left foot and keep releasing your tailbone down so you still don't feel any tension in your low back. Now, right hand up like it's blocking, but a little bit of a bend in your elbow. Left hand under your heart like it's giving an offering. And just like we did in that standing meditation, focus on your breathing here as you exhale. Engage your lower abdomen, lift your pelvic floor. When you inhale, expand your rib cage, including the back of your rib cage. Okay, now shift your weight onto your right foot, bend your right knee, pull your right hand back, and push with your left hand. And take a look at your right knee over here. Make sure, do your best anyway, to have it stacked over your little toe more than your big toe. You may need to readjust your back foot. That's okay. All right, let's go side to side. Now, as you inhale, pull back, bend your left knee, and block with your right hand. As you exhale, bend your right knee, shift your weight onto that foot, and push with your left hand. Inhale, shift your weight onto your left foot. As you exhale, shift your weight onto your right foot. Okay, keep going. Still stretching the breath. Okay, we're going to keep going, but we're going to add one more little position here. So as you shift weight back onto your left foot, now see if you can take your right foot off the floor and stand really tall, balancing here for just a second. And then softly bring your right foot back to the floor and shift your weight onto your right foot. Push with your left hand again. Inhale here. Now, when you're ready, keep your balance on just your left foot. Stand tall. Then in that transition back down, so bend your left knee again and softly bring your right foot to the floor. Then shift weight onto it, bending your right knee. Keep going. Adding that little balancing position here, like a tree variation, just for a second. And then smoothly continuing with the little sequence. As with all the sequences or the movement patterns, see if you can make them nice and smooth. Try to avoid any choppy movements. One more time. Okay, good. Then just step both feet forward to the front of your mat. Take a breath or two here, readjust, and then change that. Now step your right foot back and turn your right toes out. Shift your weight onto the right foot and bend that knee. Release your tailbone down so you don't feel any tension in your low back. Left hand's doing the blocking now, right hand under your heart giving the offering. Feel the breath here from the inside. All right, now shift your weight onto your left foot, bend that knee, pull back with your left hand and push with your right hand. Check out your left knee. Do your best to have it stacked over your left little toe. Okay, now side to side. Inhale, pull back, shift weight onto your right foot, block with your left hand. As you exhale, shift weight onto your left foot and push with your right hand. Inhale here. Exhale here. Shifting weight from one foot to the other. Slow and smooth is the way to go. Okay, now let's add that balancing position. So shift weight onto your right foot, then lift your left foot off the floor and stand really tall, just for a second. And bend your right knee again. Softly bring your left foot to the floor and shift weight as you push. Inhale here, little pause, and then exhale as you push and shift weight onto your left foot. See if you can make each repetition a little smoother, a little more fluid. One more time. All right, good. Then bring your right foot forward again. Like earlier, have your feet about shoulder with your feet, and then just lean forward, like cross your arms, and allow the weight of your arms and your head to decompress your spine. Bend your knees at least a little bit here. Okay, good. Now let's stand back up and go through chakri, the revolving disc. So if for today, have your feet still about shoulder width, about the width of your yoga mat. Now bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers. Inhale here. Open your chest and rib cage. As you exhale, lean to your right and then forward. Let your knees bend a little bit. And then lean to the left and back up. And do it again. As you exhale, lean to one side. And then down, lean to the other side and back up. So you make this big circular motion with your upper body. As I mentioned a couple of times now, especially when you lean forward here, bend your knees. At least a little bit, maybe a lot. Another good movement for balance. Okay, now reverse it and go the other direction. And once it feels like you've gone to both sides an equal amount of times, lean forward again, but this time bring your fingertips to the floor. Bring your fingertips, including your thumb tips, all the way to the floor. That may require you to bend your knees. It's fine if you do. Okay, next let's do some frog squats. So now bend your knees deeply. Let your heels lift off the floor with your arms between your knees as you drop your hips, but lift your head, kind of like a frog sitting real tall. Now, as you exhale, press your heels down and your hips up at the same time. And then repeat, inhale to the frog, arms between your knees, heels up. And then exhale now, heels down, hips up. Do 5 or 6 more of these froggy squats. All right, good. Now shoot your left foot back into a lunge, a deeper lunge. Now, with your hands on the inside of your right foot for the lizard lunge, and make some movements with your hips here. Check out how it feels to go into a deeper lunge. Maybe do some single leg windshield wipers on that front foot. And then change sides. Now, left foot forward to the outside of your left hand. Shoot your right foot back. Check out this side. And like the first, maybe some single leg windshield wipers. Now with your left shin. Okay. Back to dog pose. Let's do some kneeling salutes next. So from down dog, inhale to your hands and knees and extend your spine again so your sternum moves away from your navel. Then exhale to child's pose, tightening your abdomen on the way back. This inhale, sweep your arms up and open the fronts of your hips. Then exhale back to child's pose. Inhale up to all fours. And then exhale back to dog pose. I'm just going to talk us through one more of these kneeling salutations. Inhale to all fours. Exhale, sit back into child's pose. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale back to child's pose. Inhale to your hands and knees. And then exhale back to dog pose. Let's go through a few more kneeling salutes now on your own, at your own pace, like we started, or like earlier anyway. Use the movements of your body to help stretch the breath. Okay, then let's just stop the next time we are in table pose here. So next time you're on all fours, let's stop. Okay, we're gonna do bird pose next. So remember, bird pose is like bird dog, except for you keep both hands down. You just lift your leg up like it's a bird's tail. Now, the tricky thing here is a couple things. One of them is it's very common when you lift one leg up to kind of shift your weight on. So if I lift my left leg up, chances are I'll take more weight on my left hand. My right hand doesn't have much weight, and even my right elbow kind of bends a little bit. So do your best to keep equal weight distribution on both hands. So the way you can do that is imagine you're pushing the floor away from you as hard as you can with both hands, especially the inner edges of your hands. So all of your knuckles of your index finger and thumb stay down on the floor. Even spread your shoulder blades, really push the floor away, and then lift your left leg back and up. See if you can keep pressing equally into both hands. Keep pushing the floor away and take a few more breaths here. Okay, now change sides. Bring both knees down. Keep pushing the floor away with both hands as you lift your right leg back and up. Okay, both knees back down. Let's go back to the first side. First, push the floor away with both hands, then lift your left leg back and up. Keep both elbows straight. Keep spreading your shoulder blades, but now make a circular motion with your left leg. Let your knee bend freely so make a big circular motion. Now reverse it and go the other direction. Change sides. Keep pushing into both hands as you make the circle with your right leg now. And then change directions. Okay, good. Let's go sit back into child's pose now. So have your knees about shoulder width. So not all the way together, but knees like, let's say shoulder width or so. Sit back to your heels and you bring your forehead to the floor. And like we did earlier, focus on breathing into your back again. It should be easier now, but really try to feel the back of your ribcage expanding when you breathe in, as if you're breathing into the area behind your heart. Okay, then walk your hands over to your left, to like the left side of your mat, and focus on breathing into the right side of your rib cage as if you're breathing more into your right lung. Remember also to keep sitting back towards your heels as best you can. Now change sides, so walk your hands over toward the right side of your mat, but keep sitting back to your heels. Breathe into the left side of your rib cage and your left lung. Okay, back to the center. And just slide forward all the way into crocodile pose. Now, so you're resting on your abdomen in the prone position. Rest your forehead on your hands and focus on breathing into your entire torso. Fill your torso with breath here. Keep your hips on the floor as you bend your knees and make circles with your feet and shins so you rotate your thighs. Go both directions. Okay, now the half frog. Bring your left knee out to the side with your left toes pointing out to the left. Try keep your left hip as low as you can, even though it will lift off the floor a little bit. And then bring your left foot and ankle up and down off the floor 5 or 6 times. So you actively internally rotate that hip. And then ask your left foot and ankle to hover off the floor for a few breaths. Good. Change sides. So left leg is straight again. Bring your right knee out to the side of that frog variation. And do your best to avoid lifting your right hip up, but then lift your right foot and ankle up and down. And then ask it to hover. All right, bring it back down. Now, let's do the side scorpion. So bring your left arm onto the side with your palm facing down. Roll to your left and bring your right foot to the floor back there. Slide your left foot in the other direction. Try split your legs with your right foot reaching toward your left hand. Good. Change sides. Right arm out to the side. Roll to your right. Split your legs. Okay, back to your mat. Let's come into Sphinx pose next. And now see if you can create a little more length in your waist. So you can pull your rib cage away from your hips. And then from here, if it feels good, make those circles again with your knees. I'm sorry, with your feet and shins. Both directions. Okay, good. Both feet to the floor again. Stay here a little bit longer in Sphinx pose, or if it feels good, lift into a bigger cobra or upward facing dog. Take a few breaths wherever you are. Okay, then back to downward facing dog. It might feel good to pedal your feet back and forth a little bit and or shift your flow side to side here in down dog. Okay, let's come back down to all fours. Cross your ankles. Lie onto your back. Let's do the dead bug next. Okay, so just like you're in table pose here on your back, except for now, tighten your abdomen and press your low back into the floor. Keep pressing your low back into the floor, but then also press your left hand into your right thigh. Press those 2 points into each other so you feel more abdominal engagement. Then finally reach with your right arm and your left leg, but stop just before they touch the floor. Keep pressing your low back into the mat. And then let's inhale and come back to the starting position so we could change sides. Press your right hand into your left thigh and vice versa. Then reach with your left arm and your right leg. Keep pressing your low back down into the floor. And then back to the starting position. Again, reach with your right arm and left leg. Press your low back down. Return to the dead bug. And now change sides. Okay, keep going. Okay. And now let's do reclined butterfly. So Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall out to the sides. And take a moment here to relax. Okay, good. Draw your knees into your chest and make some circles with them so you massage your lower back on the floor. And then reverse it, go the other direction. Okay, now if you're dealing with a low back issue and it hurts to rock back and forth, just push yourself up to seated. Otherwise, for a lot of us, it feels good to do a little rocking back and forth to massage the muscles along your spine. After a few times, if you want more challenge, more core strengthening, don't hold your legs anymore. You can even catch a little hang time in boat pose. And in fact, if your low back does bother you, maybe just stay in boat pose now. If not, if it doesn't hurt, I should say, do a little rocking, rock the boat, we call it, or I call it. Okay, now let's come up to seated. Do some seated windshield wipers. Lean back on your hands. Have your feet as wide as your mat, and go side to side on the breath. When you inhale, point your knees up. When you exhale, drop your knees to a side. And now just drop your knees to one side. You choose which side, but drop them to a side. Have your knees like a 90-degree angle and just make some circular movements with your upper body. Both directions. Make some small circles, make some big circles. Maybe try with your hands off the floor, hands on the floor. And then do a little twist. Unwind and change sides. Go twist to the other side, or I'm sorry, drop your knees to the other side, set up the 90-90 position, and then make some movements with your upper body. Some circular motions, maybe. Do a little twist. Okay, unwind. All right, now let's go into the butterfly, the regular seated butterfly. So bring the soles of your feet together, sit up nice and tall. Take a few breaths here, and then begin to lean forward over your feet. Okay, stretch both legs forward, sit up nice and tall. Let's do the inchworm next. So sit real tall. Shake your own hand again like we did earlier. And now shift, let's say lift your right hip up and shift it forward. Then lift your left hip up and shift it forward. So you slowly inch forward side by side. Keep sitting really tall. This is a real good one to help Strengthen the sides of your core. Yep. Once you run out of room, throw it in reverse. Yep. Once you run off the mat back there, then go forward again. Okay, now once you're at about the front of your mat again, let's work on standing up. As most of you know, it's really important to be able to get up and down off the floor fluidly and gracefully without losing your balance. So my favorite is the technical stand up. It's great for core strength, hip mobility, balance, all the good stuff. Bring your left knee up. So point your left knee to the ceiling and have your left hand up soon. In fact, feel free to have your left hand on your left knee or forearm to your thigh for a little extra support. Now, bring your right hand to the floor. Have a lot of space between your left foot and your right hand so you can lift your lower body and take a big step back with your right foot down. Let's first just do the knee version. So from here, is lift your body up and bring your right knee to the floor. Then come into this kneeling 90-90 like a low lunge and stand up. Use your hands if you need to here to stand up. Then reverse it. Take a relatively big step back with your right foot. Softly bring your right knee to the floor. Once your right knee is down, then bring your right hand down. Like a windshield wiper, pivot on this knee so you sweep your right foot in first and then have a seat. Change sides. Right knee up. Have your right hand on your right knee. Lift up and step your left foot back so you can bring that knee to the floor. Then you're in this low lunge position. Stand all the way up. Reverse it. Bring your left foot and left knee down. Since your left knee is down, also bring your left hand down now. Pivot on this left knee so you can slide your left leg through and have a seat. Let's do it again. Left hand, left knee up. This time, if you want more challenge, have your left hand hovering off your left knee. Step your right foot back. Stand up. Reverse it. Right foot and right knee down. Since your right knee is down, bring your right hand down. Now pull your right leg through. Right knee and right hand up. Step your left foot back. Stand up. Left foot and left knee down. Bring your left hand down then as well. Slide your left leg through. Last time together. If you want this time, step all the way back into a sumo squat. Then stand up. Back to the sumo wrestler. Right hand down. Pull your right leg through. Let's just do a couple more standing ups, stand ups, any way you can, as smoothly as possible, as gracefully as possible. Up and down off the floor. And we'll end up seated. Back into the butterfly. Smooth out your breath here. Practice being still. All right. Go ahead and lean onto your lay onto your back. Make make little circles again with your knees. Both directions. And then just do a passive windshield wiper. So bring your feet to the floor, drop them to drop your knees to your left, turn your chin to your right, and bring your left ankle on your right thigh. And then change sides. All right, pull your knees into your chest, and let's wrap this portion of class up with tadaka mudra. Put your arms overhead, interlace your fingers, and press your palms toward the wall behind you. Slide your legs together and press your heels toward the opposite wall. So you use the strength of your arms and legs to lengthen your spine. Then exhale all the breath out. Very end of exhale, suck your navel back so you hollow out your abdomen. Then relax your abdomen. Inhale and repeat. Exhale all the breath out. Then all three bandhas. One more time. All right. Relax your arms and legs. Take a minute, of course, to do anything it feels like you need to do to make yourself super comfortable for Shavasana. Once you have settled in, make sure you allow the floor to take your body weight. Allow your upper and lower rows of teeth to separate and feel your tongue widen inside your mouth. Soften your eyes, even release your breath. So you're not shaping it or controlling it anymore, just observing it here and taking a few moments to watch your navel rise and fall on each breath to help integrate body and mind. All right, then begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and roll your ankles and wrists. Take the next minute or so to work yourself back up to seated and now into any comfortable seated posture. All right, now let's do about 5 minutes of nadi kriya. Most of us know this one pretty well since I've taught it so much over the last 20 years. Um, in case you don't, I'm gonna I'll take us through the first round, but if you need more explanation, there is a great tutorial on it on our app. You just need to go back to the app and go to the tutorial section and find the nadi kriya. It's just a few minutes long, explaining more of the details. But otherwise, I'll talk you through this first round, and then you can do a couple more on your own. Okay. So close your eyes, sit up nice and tall. Now do 9 Kapalabhati breaths. After 9, block off your left nostril and inhale through your right nostril. The top of inhale, release your hand down and retain the breath in. As you retain the breath in, focus on the root lock and the throat lock, sealing the breath in. And once it feels like you need to exhale, then block off your right nostril and exhale through your left nostril. Once you have exhaled, then release your hand down and take a normal breath. Then 9 more Kapalabhatis. Great. Now block off your right nostril. Inhale through your left. Retain the breath in. Mula Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha, sealing the prana in. When it feels like you need to exhale, now block off your left nostril and exhale through your right. And then finally, inhale through your mouth, but make it like an ujjayi sound in your throat. And just do a short pause for a second or two, and then finally make a hissing sound to help stretch the exhale. Great. Now repeat that sequence 2 more times on your own. All right, great. After you've completed this round, allow yourself to breathe freely again. If it feels like you need to change the cross of your legs or adjust your seat in any way, take care of that. And then let's take a couple moments here for observation. All right, bring your palms together to Anjali Mudra and take one last moment to enjoy the peace you've created through the practice. And create a little heat in your hands. And once you build some heat, rest your hands over your eyes. Take one last slow, smooth breath in here. When you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed class. Have a fantastic day, and I hope I get to see you again soon.